Well, hello there. I'm going to just tell you right up front that I'm pissed off. And the reason I am making this video is because I'm doing it to vent. And I think I have some good points to make. I'm not just on here bitching and moaning for no reason. And I have a bone to pick with drug dealers, whether they're big pharma, which are really drug dealers, and illegal drugs, the ones that aren't government approved because they don't, for whatever, they compete with each other. The reason I'm pissed off is I just learned that the guy that lives across the street died of a drug overdose. He was 29 years old. He was a military combat vet. He was dealing with PTSD. He had a drug addiction. He was using drugs so he could deal with his PTSD. He was in and out of rehab. He was 29 years old. He leaves behind a 4-year-old daughter. I'm really pissed off about that. He was trying to get help and he didn't get it. Now it's too late. I'm pissed off because I'm lucky that I am alive. I had to take painkillers when I was getting treatment for cancer, and that's normal. You take painkillers, and they're very addicting. And the story I have to tell you about my personal story is that I started getting panic attacks, and it was all drug related because I don't do well with drugs. I was never into recreational drugs because of that. I've tried my fair share. I used to live in Miami, the cocaine capital of the world. I didn't like that either because it would keep me up for days. So I learned that drugs were not good for me. But I went ahead and took the painkillers because I needed them to deal with the pain from the tumor. So a little quick story was one day I was in the garage with my husband looking for something, and he squatted down to look inside of a box. And inside his pants pocket was the clicker for the garage door opener, and the door started closing. I was really upset about that. In fact, I went in total panic mode. I was freaked out. My brain was convinced that we were going to be stuck in that garage forever. Makes no sense. My husband showed me. He said, I got the clicker, look. He opened the door back up. Of course we got back out. We didn't get back out, we wouldn't be talking to you right here. So I went back inside the house. This was over 10 years ago. We didn't have the cell phones that we have now, so I had to call on the landline phone. I called Dr. So-and-so and said, look, this is what happened to me. I need help. These drugs are messing with my head. So he said, okay, I'm going to make an appointment for you to see a therapist. Excellent. That's exactly what I was looking for. I need a therapist. I need someone to help me deal with this shit. So the next day, his nurse calls me. She has the name of a doctor. A few days later, we were on our way to see this therapist. And his office is located in a strip mall. So when we show up, there's about 20 people wandering around outside. Okay. I don't know if they're part of the office, who these people are, but I figure, okay, we're in a strip mall, don't know what's going on. So we walk into the waiting room, there's a receptionist there, I give her my name, tell her what time I have my appointment, the Dr. So-and-so. She says, okay, have a seat. The waiting room has at least 20 more people in it, so I'm thinking, oh crap, we're gonna be sitting here for hours. But when you're going through the medical system, you're used to waiting. Okay, you have an appointment at 2 o'clock. You're lucky to get in and see somebody at 4. So we sit and wait. A little over an hour, we're called into this guy's office. Come in. Here he is sitting behind this desk. There's 2 chairs in front of the desk. My husband and I sit down. Guy doesn't even look at me. I introduce myself. I tell him why I'm there. He raises his hand. I don't want to know anything. Stop talking. I don't need to know anything. He's writing. You know what he's writing? Prescriptions. 2 prescriptions for more drugs. I'm already there to deal with the drugs that I'm taking. I said, look, I don't want these. I want to talk to you about this. He says that I don't have time to talk to you. Take these, now leave. Can you believe that? That's our medical system. He's supposedly a therapist. Really? I was so angry. We left his office. I ripped up those prescriptions and I left them on the waiting room floor. I was furious. We went back home, called my doctor's nurse, told her what happened. She says, well, darling, why didn't you just take that medication? It's good for you. I said, did you not hear what I just said? I came for help, not more drugs. And she says, well, everybody else is happy with that. What's the matter with you, darling? Hello? Are you not listening to me? Apparently not. She must be owned by the drug companies, the big pharma. So I ended up going online and getting help for myself. I found some videos where I could do meditation to help with panic attacks. I was very fortunate, but I'm not your average person. I'm very headstrong. I get pissed off. The average person would have taken those drugs and now had 5 drugs to be addicted to. Possibly ended up like the poor guy across the street. I'm not sure what his drug of choice is. I'm pretty sure, but I'm going to guess it's meth. Because the city that I live in, meth is everywhere. Meth is everywhere. You have a methadone clinic less than a mile from my house. And what do they give them? Government approved drugs to help them get off the meth. That's what. Those people need help. They don't need more drugs. But our government is not in the business of helping people. They're in the business of selling drugs to make more money because big pharma runs the show. They run the show. So if you're going to ask for help, do not go to our government because they're not going to help you. I don't care if it's the VA, Western medicine, pharmaceutical companies run the show. And people go along with it. They take their pills. They don't ask questions. They just do what they're told. Until they end up like the poor guy, the 29-year-old guy across the street, and destroy an entire family. That's what I'm pissed off about. I am pissed off about our medical system, which is broken. It's been broken, and it continues to be broken. It's just plain wrong. I would love to hear your opinion in the comments section. Tell me what you think. How can we fix this? Because I tell you what, the politicians, they're getting money. They're getting money. They're getting money. It's all about them. It's all about them. They don't care about you. Well, anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about today. So have a nice day. Until next time.